Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Microsoft Pulse. Today we've got Tamara Bredemus and Tom Duff with us. We're going to be going over what's new and what's changed in the Microsoft 365 roadmap. We're going to start off with what's in development. What is Microsoft cooking up in their labs? Then we're going to move on to rolling out. This should be stuff that's starting to hit your tenant. Finally, we'll go into launch where there are very few items and there's only one item in cancel this week. So, Tom, why don't you get us started with in development?
Sure, let me bring my spreadsheet up in front of our faces here. So this is one that I'm really excited about because it's really about time that this was done. That is for Microsoft Teams. Team meeting recordings will be saved to the Meeting Organizers OneDrive for Business. Yay! Which means you can go ahead and turn back on meeting recordings automatic if you want to. Yeah, the bad problem with the way it currently works is that whoever gets into the meeting or whoever starts the recording ends up with the meeting in their OneDrive, and they may not have much to do with the meeting, and it gets really complicated at that point. This is going to be great. Organizer gets it. Organizer can control permissions. That's the way it should be. That is due to be out in May, and guess what? Everybody's getting that one. And one other one that I will throw out there before I toss it back to my wife. SharePoint pages, heading levels for web parts. So when authoring pages, this will create the ability to choose heading levels for web parts to help define the hierarchy of information on a page. So looking at the message center entry for this, so it's like if you're doing an H1, it's going to be a font of say 28. And if you're doing an H2, it's going to be a font of 24. So you have some level of actually using headers to get some sort of what they call the information hierarchy, which is really good if you're using screen readers for visually impaired individuals. That really helps the screen reader to determine what is the hierarchy of the page. And it's more than just, oh, this one's bigger than that one, but it actually says, hey, H1, then you have H2s underneath there, and maybe under each H2, you have H3s and 4s. So it really helps separate the content and put it in a hierarchical fashion. So that will be really good, especially for the accessibility stuff. That is due out this month, actually, which is getting like really close to the end. And that is coming to all the tenants also.
Great. Then I like Outlook Teams chat from email messages in the new Outlook for Windows. So this will allow users to start a team chat directly from an email message with the sender and all of the recipients in the email. And the team chat opens in Outlook so users can chat and continue the workflow in Outlook. That's due out in March. And also Outlook's shared teams will be added to the ribbon in the new Outlook for Windows. So putting it a couple places, that's due out in April. And then Tom, were there any other ones that you wanted to talk about in development?
I think whiteboard, sticky note, visual refresh. It tells us absolutely nothing about what that means other than it's going to be out in April. So this updates the visuals of the sticky note feature in whiteboard. So right now, if you're using a sticky board, you get this little thing that looks like a yellow sticky note or purple sticky note or whatever. My guess is they're probably going to give you a little bit more font control because that's always been a little iffy. Maybe make the sticky notes with curved corners because that seems to be a big thing these days. But yeah, if sometime in April you're in whiteboard and you pull over a sticky note and you're going, did it look like that before? Odds are probably not. So look for that visual refresh sometime in April, and everybody is getting that one. So
Great. Then I've got a couple more. OneDrive. View hidden files and folders in Shared with You view. So this feature allows you to view files and folders you have hidden in the Shared with You view in OneDrive for the web. You can quickly access files and folders you have hidden by clicking on the Hidden button in the filter bar. Now you can also unhide files and bring them back to the shared with you view.
I don't think I've ever hidden any files in OneDrive.
Well, you can.
Apparently I can. And now I can
Yeah.
unhide them too. Awesome.
And then also the Outlook folder tags on items and search folders in the new Outlook for Windows and the web. So search folders will now display a folder tag within a message list, indicating the folder to which each email belongs. This enhancement provides users with quick and easy access to contextual information, improving navigation and organization within your mailbox. Hashtag New Outlook for Windows.
I love how they're
That's
putting
coming
that on
up
all
in
the new
April.
stuff. Yeah, I think that's great that, you get all these search results and sometimes like, okay, I got the search results, but where did I actually put that? I mean, where is it pulling
Mm-hmm.
from? I love the idea that they're going to have a folder tag. Oh, this was in your miscellaneous projects folder or something like that. So I really
Right.
like the idea that that's coming out. I
What do
don't
you
have anything
like
else. In
what do you like in rolling out?
rolling out, a lot of these we have talked about before. And one that I have been looking for, really hoping it comes out because I think it's going to look really cool when it does. And apparently now it's actually truly in rolling out. And that is Outlook. Stream videos can now be watched inline in Outlook. So this is going to be the ability where if you have a link to a stream video that's in an Outlook on the web or the new Outlook for Windows, heck, hashtag new Outlook for Windows. If you have a video link in there, what you can do is you can click on it. Instead of it launching a whole new window with the video playing in there, it's actually going to launch the viewing window within the body of the email, which I think is really cool. Again, not taking you to all these different context places, but is keeping you in context to the email that you got it from. Now, I'm assuming it'll probably be a somewhat smaller image, so you could probably still click and expand it out if it's an hour-long video that you have to watch. But I really like the idea of this being an option to be able to view your videos. It does say recipients outside the organization and those not using the new Outlook or the web-based version will see the link to the video, which they can watch in the Stream web app, depending on the organizational file sharing. Note, and this was what I was looking for, why I couldn't ever find it before, we have updated the release phase to show the current state. We apologize for any inconvenience this has caused, because I was under the impression it was already rolled out, and apparently it was not. So it is
Mm,
now in the point of rolling out during March. This is coming to the commercial clients worldwide. Really looking forward to do that because I will do a Spark One tip on that one. So that'll be good. The other thing that's also Outlook related is sync feature. So this is a button option to initiate email sync, and it's coming to the new Outlook for Windows, hashtag stuff, and Outlook on the web. This will allow users to ensure that their send and receive email experience is up to date. This functionality will be within the View tab of the ribbon. This is something that if you're using Outlook Classic, you have seen this before because you're like, hey, I think there's emails out there, and you go over and you click it. It basically goes out to the server and pulls everything and refreshes your views, and you've got the most current information. I kind of thought that the new versions using Outlook on the web and stuff were probably a little bit more up to date, but this is a really nice feature to be able to go and say, hey, I want to push it a little bit and make sure that I do have the latest of everything, because somebody's telling me, how come you haven't read my email yet? And maybe you just haven't refreshed. This will enable you to be able to go get the latest information out there and be up to date. So that's rolling out this month. And excuse me, it's coming to the worldwide tenant. And yeah, keep an eye open for that one.
great. Couple that I really like are Microsoft Teams group chat profile pictures. You'll have a better way to reflect your team and group chat topic with custom pictures. Group chat members can upload an image or use pre-selected illustrations and emojis, Windows key period, adding a
Nice.
layer of inclusivity and expression to their chat.
Yeah,
I
because right
think
now it
it
just
just makes for
has,
a great visual.
Oh yeah, I mean, right now it just kind of tries to pull in as many pictures as it can, but if you've got more than like 3 people, it really doesn't work for you. Where if you've got a group chat that's ongoing,
No,
brand it somehow.
these aren't pictures of the people.
No, I'm saying
This
that's
is a
what you got.
picture to
Yeah,
represent the chat. Oh,
yeah, that's
okay.
what you
I see
got
what you're saying.
before. Yeah, and so you really didn't get much of a choice there, where now you can say, hey, we've got this, cartoon character that we all like, a minion. This is the minion chat, and you throw a minion picture on there, stuff like that. So, yeah,
Copyright may apply.
yeah, you bet.
And then the other one is Outlook. This I'm really excited about.
Me too.
Conditional formatting in new Outlook for the Windows and the web. Conditional formatting is a feature that's going to make messages that meet defined conditions stand out in the message list by using different font colors. The user can specify conditions that an incoming message should meet, such as a sender's name or email address, and then set the color based on that outcome. And everybody is getting some love on that, and that's due out March 24th. So that's rolling out to your tenant now. So expect to see it somewhere near you very, very soon.
That will be so nice because in Outlook Classic, it's like, yes, I know you can do general formatting for an entry, but don't ask me to do it off the top of my head because every time I've tried it, it's been really confusing. Where this is more like the very easy rule-based thing, only now the rule-based is how you're going to format it. And it
Mm-hmm.
looks to be a lot simpler and a lot more straightforward. And I think a lot of people are going to love this one. So looking
Yes.
forward to it.
And then another thing everyone's going to love, Microsoft Teams use Apple AirPods to mute and unmute yourself in Microsoft Teams. So Microsoft Teams now or soon will work seamlessly with Apple AirPods to mute or unmute yourself on Mac models running Mac OS Sonoma. The same functionality is already available on iPhones running iOS 17 is now supported in new Teams for Mac, and that's coming out to the worldwide tenants. Anything else in rolling out that you want to talk about, Tom?
I'm going to go ahead and throw one more out. And it's one that I kind of always assumed it was there. And when I looked, it's like, I've got this. I thought it was always there. And that is Outlook collapsible date headers on Outlook on the web and the new Outlook for Windows. So this is going to enable you to collapse and expand the date headers in the message list when you've chosen show date headers in the message list in your settings. Collapse all emails from this week to quickly get to the rest of the emails from this month. I use Outlook on the web most frequently, and I was also out in Classic, and both of them, I apparently have that option set because I've got the this week, yesterday, this month, whatever. And they've got the little drop down, and I could click and expand and collapse that section so I didn't have to see all the ones from next month. I could just collapse and go to whatever was underneath there. Um, but for those of you who may not have used that, you may want to set that show date headers in the message list and then use that to collapse certain areas in order to be able to get to different chunks more quickly rather than scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. So good stuff.
Great. Let's move it on to launched. I've got one.
Good.
Outlook to do in Outlook for Mac. So to do, of course, helps you manage your tasks and stay on top of what's next. These features will be available in Outlook for Mac for commercial users starting now.
Starting now. Launched, it's now.
What do
The
you have,
only
Tom?
Yeah, the only one that I really have here is Outlook Right Preview pane in the single line view, aka column layout. So adding support to show the reading pane on the right when the user selects column view. Again, this is one that I've always had my reading pane on the right. So I'm kind of going, isn't that the way it already works? I don't know if I'm just not hitting the right particular condition for what this is going to allow you to do it with. But if you like having the reading pane on the right instead of like underneath your inbox or something, you're now going to have more options along those lines. And you have it now.
Great. And then there's just one and canceled, and that's because it was a duplicate. and that was working hours in location in Outlook. It was just a duplicate. All updates for this feature are posted through a different roadmap item number, 383721, if you're interested.
Remember
If you're
that
not
number.
interested, it's still the same
Still
number.
that number.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all the news that is fit to print. Tom and I would like to thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye.